Dear students, welcome to this new video tutorial of our programming series Object-Oriented Programming. We are doing C++ programming in Object-Oriented Programming. We have seen many concepts of C++ throughout this video session series. If you have not watched this video and want to learn C++ programming, the links are in the playlist section of our channel. So please go through it once and you can enjoy this particular learnings. Now, if we talk about today's section, this section or today's session is about constant argument, right? We have seen default argument, the work of default argument. Now we are seeing another concept of C++ with function prototyping is constant arguments. Same as default argument, constant arguments are also passed in function prototyping, and we can set constant default arguments as well. So we are seeing constant default arguments. The fundamental, the calling mechanism, the concept is same as default argument. If you have not seen that video as well, please click the I button above, or I have given the link in the description box. You can see from that as well. Now, when default argument was done, we are passing the default value, or we are assigning a default value to your one of the arguments or one or many arguments, right, in C++ function prototyping. What happens? Sometimes once the user has given the value or the default value has been taken within that function called block, that value should not be changed, right? During runtime, that value must not be changed. For an example, we have taken a value of pi as 3.14, right? That is a default value, and if user is passing 3.1459, then that value should be overridden, but within the function block that should not be changed or must not be changed. At that time, that argument has to be constant. So over there, constant argument works in C++, right? So as you can see, this is the same funda of your default argument. The only difference is, to make argument constant, we have applied const keyword. So whenever we are applying const keyword, C-O-N-S-T, const, right? That is a short term or keyword for constant. Whenever we are applying const keyword, that particular variable will be constant upon initializing or executing. Once it has been executed, the value has been assigned. Its value is never going to be changed during the runtime until program is ended. So we have given const integer c is equals to 5 for an example, right? At that time, whenever user is passing the value, that will be overridden, but once the value is overridden, it will not be changed within this code block. So that is the working of constant keyword. Now this particular scenario we will see with the demo program itself, right? We are continuing the demo program version of our default argument, where we have seen integer a, b and c with some default value, and we have performed the summation a plus b plus c. The only change over here is we are assigning const keyword with integer c. So once the value of c has been finalized, either by the calling function or by the default argument, it is not going to change anywhere within that sum function. So stay tuned with us. Let's switch back to our IDE.
So we are into our IDE and we will see the program of constant argument. The concept is same as default argument, so we will quickly make the program of default argument first and then change accordingly when needed. So stdio.h is replaced with iostream.h in CPP, and conio.h is kept as it is for console manipulation. We are having integer a, integer b, integer c as the argument in the function void sum. Then after, within the function, as done in previous tutorial, we are giving sum is equals to, then after a plus b plus c followed by handle manipulator, and then after I am making void main, which will be having CLR SCR, of course, to clear the screen, get ch to hold the output, and the function will be ended. In between of that, what I am doing is I am passing the same value 5, 10 as we have done for default argument, sum 5, 10, 15 again as done in the default argument. So I will be giving a default value is equals to 0 over here. But what happens in constant default argument is we are prepending const keyword before the default argument. So this integer c's value will be constant when this particular line will be executed. So if user has not passed the value, which is the case 1, sum 5 comma 10, so C will be taken as a value and then after it will be made constant. In the second case, which is sum 5 comma 10 comma 15, this 15 will be taken as an argument or value of integer C, and once this line has executed, it will be constant for this entire block, right? So the concept over here is whenever we are trying to change the value over here, for example 20, it should and it must throw an error. So now let us compile this program and see if it gives an error or not. So yes, as you can see, it is giving error. What it says, cannot modify the const object. So the funda over here is, once this particular line.
Now, I hope you have understood the concept of constant arguments, right? Let's have a quick recap what we have seen and understood in this particular topic of object-oriented programming. Constant arguments are the arguments which has to be constant. Once the value is assigned, its value will never going to be changed within that code block or anywhere in the program, right? Simply it will be never changed in a code block because we are having that local variable and we have made it constant. So that was the work of constant argument. Some questions that can be asked from this particular tutorial as well, they have been listed over here. So what is constant argument? State the purpose or situation where constant argument has to be used. And the third question is the program that you will have to perform. So the same program of default argument has been given over here. Now the only change you will need to make is make the pi value constant, right? Apart from this, try to overwrite that value or change the value within the code block and see whether it gives an error or the value can be changed. Write down your queries, confusions, errors or answers of these questions and programs in the comment section. This is it for today's session. I hope you have liked this video. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to channel. Thank you for watching.